Hi, everybody. This is Bonnie Laufer. Welcome to our podcast here, and we are going to be talking Emmys. And tonight I have an amazing guest. It's my pal Toni Gonzales from Tampa, Florida. So, hey, Toni, how are you?
Hey, do I owe you any money for that awesome introduction?
After the podcast, we'll square off. Okay?
Can I pay you in Starbucks money?
That's fine too. You know what? I'm a coffee slut. It's okay. No problem. It's all good. It's all good. So let's dive right in here. Last night's Emmy Award show was the 68th Annual Emmy Awards. What'd you think? What'd you think on the whole?
On the whole, I really enjoyed it. It actually kept me engaged. Now, I will say nothing against the Emmys. My power went out about 3/4 of the way through, so I missed big 4 categories. That said, thank God for Twitter, because if I had not had Twitter, I could not have continued to watch the show.
Right.
Now, aside from that, Jimmy Kimmel I thought was hilarious. His opening monologue, what was 9 to 11 minutes? What do you think about it? I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was hilarious too. Like he had me right from the get-go. I thought, you know what? He's such a he's just such a good guy, you know what I mean? There's no scandal about him. He's not overly nice. He has a little bit of a nasty side, but he doesn't do it in a mean way, you know what I mean? So it's fun. Like he doesn't, not like Jimmy Fallon, where everything is cookie cutter clean and he never insults anybody, you know what I mean? I love that Kimmel has a little bit of an edge. So it was quite hilarious from the opening bit, where he's trying to get a ride, and I just thought it was so funny when he gets into James Corden's car. Like, I mean, that was so great. It was really
That was great. Actually, I think I enjoyed the Veep part of it more because I love Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She's just, for me, is just amazing. But to top it all off, because I'm a Florida girl, of course, I had to love the Jeb Bush part.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't know how many people got that, but I thought it was just, it was really, timely, and I like the fact that he was able to poke fun at himself.
Oh,
are you a nominee?
Yeah.
Well, tell me, what is that like? That was hilarious.
Yeah, good on Jeb for doing that. And at first I didn't even recognize him. We're like, who is that? And I'm like, oh my God, it's Jeb Bush, right? So that was just brilliant. And then he just, came up on stage and he went for the Trump zingers and everybody was really into it. I mean, I love that he was poking fun at Mark Burnett for, because I had just interviewed Mark Burnett a few weeks ago and I so wanted to go there with Donald Trump and the Celebrity Apprentice. But like as well as I do, you do these junkets as well and you get 4 minutes and it wasn't a time or a place to go into the Donald Trump thing. But Burnett was great. Everybody was taking their little ribs with, nobody got upset. It was just lots of fun, and I like that. And Kimmel can handle that. It
was a lot of fun, and I almost feel like they got the entertainment out and they got right to it. They went straight to the first category with Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really interesting win. What did you think overall? What were some of your highlights last night?
For me, I agree. I think most of the evening was an evening of surprises, but well-deserved surprises. There wasn't anybody who got the Emmy that I thought, oh, really, again, or whatever. It started off with Louis Anderson winning Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy for Baskets. Now, I have to, be fair here, I've never watched that show, but now I'm dying to see it. I really want to see it. I noticed it a few times. It's also with Zach Galifianakis, for people who don't know. And I've got to check this out. Good on Louis, to win something like that.
Good for him. I did love the quip, though, and I don't know if Kimmel wrote it or one of his writers wrote it, but he's like, because there aren't enough aging 50-year-old women to play that kind of a role. They had to go to Lee Anderson to get it. I thought that was really
listen, transgender is in now, so it's, it was par for the course, But I just think that, I think it was just kind of heartbreaking to watch Louis because, he's had some problems and some issues over the last few years, and but it was good to see him. Like he's bounced back, and it was great. It was a nice moment. And yes, and Kate McKinnon from SNL. Like I think she was shocked.
I was shocked. Did you see that coming? Because I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see it coming, but again, well-deserved. She's the glue that holds that show together. She is hilarious. It's going to be an interesting season with SNL, I think, because they've gotten rid of a couple of key players, like Jay Farrow is gone, and Taron, can't remember his last name, but he's married to Colby Smulders. And I'm blanking on his name. I'm sorry, but he's gone. They ended his contract, and it's like, what? Those were the two funniest guys of the show. So I don't know.
Taryn had this great character. He was the film critic who was like back in the 18th century or early 19th century.
That's correct, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was one of my favorite characters on SNL. Yeah. And I don't know, with Jay Farrell going, who's going to play Obama now? My vote is, I think they should actually go to Leslie Jones.
Yeah, well,
that
would be
hilarious,
funny.
Obama.
You know what? That would be bold of her, and I think it would be bold of the show. That would be very, very funny. But who knows? Obviously they're going to bring in some new cast members, so we'll have to wait and see what happens on that show. Again, I can't speak English tonight. Sorry, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, her 5th win for Veep. Wow.
Come on. If anybody was shocked at that one, you're just cuckoo crazy or have never seen the show, because that was no surprise for me. She's great. Have you seen the last season? The last season's hilarious.
Fabulous.
Oh my God. Yeah. And everybody was so worried about this last season because they got a new showrunner. Yeah. So they switched out completely new heads of the show. New showrunner came in and was like, is it going to lose its edge? I don't think so. I don't think it missed a beat. And it really took it up a notch and is so relevant and well-deserved win. And I felt bad for her. She lost her father. You might have seen in the acceptance speech. But, oh my goodness. And you've interviewed her a couple of times over the years, right? Is she lovely?
Amazing. She is who she is, and it was so much fun to see her, and then Jerry Seinfeld in the audience, and then Larry David came up later, and you just needed George and Kramer there, and it would have been a great reunion. But that was really fun. I was a little disappointed. Reality show with The Voice. I know it won last year. I know it's a fun show. I personally watch The Voice until the auditions are done, and then I stop watching that show, because for me that's my favorite part of the show, the blind auditions. Then to me, it's just like any other, American Idol type singing show. It's like, enough. I don't know. That show doesn't grab me as much as I love The Amazing Race. I'm an Amazing Race fan. Yeah. I've seen it from the day one. I know you are. Even Dancing with the Stars, I thought might have pushed up this year because it's become so popular, but
it has. Oh my God. Well, you called some really interesting ones. Like, I think you and I will agree there weren't any big surprises. I think we agree on Sarah Paulson. She was a shoo-in, I thought, right?
Well, that whole show. I mean, the People versus OJ was absolutely brilliant series. We were watching it live every week, and we just couldn't wait. We just couldn't wait every week to see. And here's the funny part about it: you just know what's going to happen. It's like the OJ case was over 20 years ago. I mean, really, but you were on the edge of your seat the way that they played it. It was wonderful. It was such a great series.
Now, I was a little surprised that Courtney B. Vance won over Cuba Gooding Jr. I thought they both gave really great performances. I was just a little surprised, not disappointed, just surprised.
No, not me. I thought, I remember when we were watching that, and I kept saying, oh my goodness, I think it's Johnny Cochran in the room. To me, Cuba Gooding did not work as OJ for me. I thought he was the weakest link in that whole show. So when Courtney won, for me, I was not surprised. I thought he was brilliant as Johnny Cochran. Like, oh my God, he was so channeling him. Well deserved win.
See, and that's interesting because for me, the weakest link was John Travolta. He was the weakest for me.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. But no, and here's the other twist with The People versus O.J. Simpson. Are you watching American Horror Story, which we may get into a little later?
Okay, I'm not yet. This new season, I have it on my DVR, and I will start, but I haven't had a chance to. Now that I've done the Toronto Film Festival and I'm movied out, I'm so excited to start on the TV shows now because there's just so much to watch, But yes, American Horror Story, I will watch.
But here's what's really interesting is you had Sarah Paulson who's playing Marsha Clark, and then you had Cuba Gooding Jr. who's playing O.J. Simpson in The People versus O.J. Simpson. Well, now in this season of American Horror Story, they play husband and wife.
Yes, right.
So it's like they're playing, Marsha Clark and O.J. Simpson are sleeping together. It's like, oh my gosh.
I know.
How much did you love that she brought the original Marsha Clark
to
the ceremony?
And her speech was fantastic. I mean, just apologizing to Marsha Clark for prejudging her, and wow, a lot of good heartfelt speeches last night.
There were some really great ones. Now you called Best Actress.
I was so excited. I almost jumped off my couch and I was in tears. I'm telling you that Tatiana Maslany, ever since I started watching Orphan Black 4 years ago, I went, okay, well, really? Here is an actress that's playing 5, 6, 7, sometimes 8 roles in one show. And you think it's a different actor playing each woman. I mean, it's insane. You know, for people who are not familiar with Orphan Black, she plays clones, and she plays every single one. And over the course of 4 years, she's probably played 10 or 12 different clones. But it's amazing. One is Russian, one is, very proper, one's kind of goofy. Like, I mean, they're all, and you think, I just honestly am so blown away by her performances that every year I go, why is she not winning? So I interviewed her last week at the Toronto Film Festival, and at the end of my interview I said, you're going to win this year. You're winning it. There's no question you're winning it. And she's just like, thank you, And then she did. She won. I'm telling you, I was so excited. And she's Canadian, so for us, like, she's just done us so proud. And it's all shot here in Toronto too.
Oh, that's so great. See, that I didn't know. I do watch Orphan Black. It is a great show. I agree with you. It's fantastic. How she does all that is amazing to me. I'm maybe a season behind on that, maybe a season and a half.
Yeah.
But that was a shocker to me. I thought for sure Robin Wright was going to pull it up. For sure,
Robin
I thought
was
she was
good
going
in
to
House of Cards. I mean, they're all good. Viola Davis. I mean, it's such a hard category, but honestly, I don't even think any of the other women who were up against her were upset, because if any of them watched what Tatiana does and what she puts, and plus she produces the show too. I mean, I don't know when this woman has time to sleep, but she's so fantastic. I mean, this is so going to catapult her career into stardom. She's so wonderful, so well deserved on that. And then best actor, like Rami Malek for Mr. Robot. Wow.
I was not surprised by that at all. I thought he was fantastic in this last season.
Yeah, really, really
season
good.
premiere is this week, or season finale rather is this week. The show is just, it's relevant, it's gritty, like he's alluded to it in his acceptance speech.
Yeah.
It's just about a guy who's alienated and who doesn't know or can relate to at least a piece of that.
Exactly.
I thought he really dialed into something that was really at the surface that not a lot of people really talk about. I thought he was phenomenal. I love it.
Yeah.
I could not be more pleased by Best Actor.
Yeah, it's a really great show. And then so like I say, and then of course Game of Thrones. I mean, we got to give it its due. I'm tired of it. Okay, let's move on. Yes, it's a great show. It's well directed. It's it is what it is. Okay, Game of Thrones, move on now. Let other people have its turn. I'm kind of getting tired of that show. I don't know, it's just too much. But like, well deserved. Again, it's I don't think there was anybody last night that came out a winner that didn't deserve to be.
Totally agree. Jeffrey Tambor, everybody took around big major categories. Although this was shocking, I didn't realize this. The Emmys, creative, and what you saw last night actually take place for 3 nights.
I know. I guess there's just so many awards to give out to the technical end of it that they can't possibly do it live. That show. I mean, and again, kudos to Jimmy Kimmel for keeping it just under 3 hours. Like, he got everybody out of there at 11 o'clock. It was great. I think he's gonna be up for the Oscars next year too. I have this feeling they may ask him to do it.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Now, I wondered why they didn't ask James Corden to host, but I guess because he hosted the Tonys, which, by the way, I thought he did a fantastic job there.
I think James Corden is fabulous. He does no wrong in my eyes. He's so good. He's so talented. Another really nice guy too. So, it's good. It's good to see the nice guys getting their due, I think.
So you said that now that you're out of TIFF world, you're into television world. Bonnie, what are you most looking forward to this fall?
I am very excited for the new show, This Is Us, that starts tomorrow night, Tuesday night. I can't wait to see that, because it, to me, just looks like a good tearjerker, sappy old show that will replace Parenthood for me, which I am just grieving that it's over. So I am quite looking forward to that. I am also looking forward to Kiefer Sutherland's new show, Designated Survivor. I think that looks pretty interesting. Now, there's a new comedy with Ted Danson and Kristen Bell that looks kind of fun. The good something.
Oh, yeah, The Good Place, or The Good
Place.
Point.
Yeah, I think it's tonight. I think it's Monday night it starts. So I'm going to give that a try. I'm very picky when it comes to my half-hour sitcoms. Like, I stick with my tried and trues. I'm not always very open to, opening the door to new ones. We'll see. I don't know. I'll give that one a go. But, I like my tried and trues. Like, it's funny. There's a Blackish I absolutely love. I don't know if you watch it. So funny.
Yes.
So funny. The kids are great. It's great dynamic with that show. What else do I love? And another one that grew on me, I didn't like in the beginning, was Fresh Off the Boat. Have you watched it?
I have not seen that one, though, but it's getting a lot of buzz, though. What's going on with that show?
Yeah, it started off for me like something is just bugging me about that show, but now it's growing on me. Again, really cute kids. I think the formula is, you have to have extremely cute kids in your show, and then it will go somewhere. But it's based on the true life of the writer-director when actually it's set in Orlando, I believe. And they have a steakhouse, and it's an Asian family, and they're just integrating. I mean, they're very modern, and he's, husband and wife, very cool, hip, young couple with 3 young kids. And but it's just, like I said, something about the wife bugged me in the beginning, but now she's growing on me. So it's actually, the writing's gotten much better on that show. So it's not bad. It's pretty funny. Yeah.
Okay, well, let me see. What have I seen? You're going to really like Designated Survivor. I've seen the first 1 or 2.
Okay.
Kiefer Sutherland, if you're ready for 24, don't pick this show up because he's definitely not Jack Bauer in this by any means.
Okay.
Very interesting concept. I hope that they can keep it fresh, though. This Is Us, Bonnie. The very end has a twist that is amazing.
Oh my god, I'm already shaking. I'm so excited. Okay, good.
Amazing. Yeah. It's like, I love how they're like building this up to be like this kind of parenthood,
right, like
you were referencing, this kind of replacement for. But there is a whole entire aspect of the show that they are not promoting yet.
Okay.
And I think it's just to watch people squirm or just completely catch them off guard. It's a great one.
Okay, good.
I'm on American Horror Story so far. 1 episode in, 1 episode is aired, and it's got me hooked. I'm hooked, but I'm a sucker for American Horror Story. There are a couple of seasons that I liked and a couple that I really didn't.
Okay.
But the big show that I'm really I could not be more pleased with is actually on FX.
Yeah.
It's called Better Things.
Okay.
And it's Pamela Alden. You'll probably remember her from Californication and Louie,
sure,
and she does a lot of animation work, a lot of animation voice work, rather. She plays a single mother of 3 daughters, and this is probably one of the most realistic parenting sitcoms that I think I've ever seen. Okay. It's really poignant.
Is it half hour?
It's half hour. Okay. It's Thursday nights on FX,
okay,
and I think 2 or 3 episodes are out now. This is the one that I'm actually really most excited about.
Oh,
is this one.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to have to get on that if I've missed a few. Then okay, so I will Better Things. Okay, I will look into that. That sounds like my kind of show. So that's
good. It's good.
Okay.
Good
Good stuff.
And then in a couple of weeks we have the start of Shameless on HBO or on Showtime rather.
Yeah, can't wait. And Westworld on HBO looks really good. Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot about that.
Yeah.
This is the one that was in development for a couple of years, right? Before it actually came out.
Right. Based on the film. It looks really good. It's getting some good buzz. So that starts October 2nd, I believe, on HBO. So I am looking forward to that. So I will not be leaving my house anytime soon, it looks like,
We're going to have to start hitting the fake tan places, Bonnie, because we're going to be inside.
Yeah, I'll have to take a quick flight to Florida, visit you, boost up the tan, and then come back home.
We'll do a quick 3-day weekend. Sure.
We can watch TV outside. We just bring little laptops outside, right? Yeah, there are solutions to this.
Did you know that Pizza Hut now has this pizza that is actually a projector that you can put onto the side of a wall so you could see stuff?
Oh, God. See, when there's a will, there's a way. There you go.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Okay.
You were right about that.
Good stuff. All right. Well, that was that's good. I think we covered off our Emmys and our picks on the new shows. And I think the next time we catch up, we'll have watched a few of those new shows, and then we can start, discussing those, I think. What do you think?
Yeah. Maybe a winter preview with some movies or...
Yeah, definitely.
I'm down for that.
Yeah,
Let's
some
do
of
it.
our Oscar picks. Yeah, there's lots to talk about. We have so many topics to cover. We'll be at you forever.
All right. Thank you, Bonnie.
All right, thank you. Speak to you soon.
Bye.